In a world full of fast fashion and tech that's obsolete in a year, have you ever stopped to wonder what makes a gift truly last? And I'm not just talking about being durable. I mean, the kind of gift that becomes a story, a memory, a real piece of your family's history. Today, we're going to dive into this idea of the modern heirloom. So, what makes a gift truly timeless? It seems like a simple question, doesn't it? But wow, the answer is so much more than just a price tag or what it's made of. It's all about that intangible feeling, that feeling you get holding something that connects you to a person, to a specific moment, or maybe even to a generation you never got to meet. That's the real challenge when you're trying to find the perfect gift. So, where do we even begin this search? Well, it's really about deciding to look beyond the ordinary stuff we see every day. We've all been on that hunt for the perfect gift. But what if the goal wasn't just being perfect for a day? What if it was about being significant for a lifetime? And this, right here, this gets to the absolute heart of it. The most powerful gifts, they aren't just objects, they're basically containers for our memories. They capture the exact moment they were given, they tell a story about the bond between two people, and if we're really lucky, they become a part of a family's ongoing legacy. Okay, so where in the world do you start looking for something like that? Well, one approach that's really gaining some steam is this idea of curation. We're going to take a look at a company called Silverzz to see how they apply this whole concept to silver and how they turn what could be everyday objects into potential heirlooms. So, what does curation really mean here? Because it's way more than just a fancy word for shopping. It's a really thoughtful process. It's about carefully selecting each and every item, not just because it looks beautiful, but for its quality, the story behind it, and its potential to actually mean something. It's totally intentional. And here's kind of what that process looks like in practice. It all starts with finding truly skilled artisans. Then you've got this absolutely crucial step of making sure the quality and purity of the materials are top-notch. And finally, there's this review of the piece's story and its potential significance. It's a whole system for finding things with real depth. I thought this quote from them was really interesting. It totally reframes their whole mission. They're not just selling a product, they're hand-selecting future heirlooms. It's a subtle shift, for sure, but it's so powerful. It puts all the focus on the long-term value of an object, not just how it looks right now. All right, so that's the big idea, the philosophy. But what does a curated collection like this actually look like? Let's jump in and explore some of the pieces and see how they're meant to fit into all those different important moments in life. This table gives you a pretty good sense of the range. I mean, just imagine giving a newly married couple a set of silverware that you know is going to be used at every single holiday dinner for the next 50 years. Or marking a huge career achievement with a desk accessory that's just beautifully crafted. The whole idea is to match the lasting power of the gift to the importance of the moment. Of course, when you start talking about this level of craftsmanship and quality, the question of value and price is going to come up. So let's break down what actually goes into the price of a piece of fine silver, because trust me, it's not just about the metal. So what makes it valuable? Well, it's really a combination of these four things. First, you've got the purity of the silver itself. Then there's the level of craftsmanship, how much skill went into it. You also have the story of the artisan who actually made it. And finally, the complexity of the design. Each of these adds another layer of worth, both in what you can touch and what you can feel. Now, this number, 92.5%, it might not look like much just sitting there. But let me tell you, in the world of silver, it is everything. It's a guarantee, it's a standard, it's a promise. So what does it actually mean? Well, that is the official mark of sterling silver. See, pure silver is actually pretty soft, so to make it more durable, it's mixed with a tiny amount of other metals, usually copper. This 92.5% standard is your guarantee that you're getting a super high-quality piece that has all the beauty of silver, but also the strength to last for generations. It's a mark of quality that's recognized all over the world. This comparison right here, this really gets to the core of that whole curation philosophy we've been talking about. On one side, you've got the unique touch, the story of an artisan, and on the other, the uniformity of a factory line. The difference in value isn't just about the physical thing itself, but about the human story that's literally embedded inside of it. So if this whole idea has sparked your interest and you're kind of curious to see what a collection like this really looks like, there are definitely places you can go to see it for yourself. The company we've been looking at, Silverzz, has their entire collection on their website, which is just silverware.com.
They've also got a YouTube channel where they feature stories about the artisans they work with, which is super interesting if you want to get some background on the craftsmanship.
So I'll just leave you with this. The next time you're thinking about giving a gift, just ask yourself this. Are you buying an item or are you creating a future heirloom? That choice between something for right now and something for the ages, well, that's a pretty powerful one. Thanks for exploring this with me today.